Marking the 49th anniversary of the 6th of October War victory, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi said that the glorious October War remains a turning point in the contemporary history of Egypt, in which the armed forces have restored the nation's honor and pride and erased the stain of occupation from its lands. In his speech on Facebook, President al-Sisi saluted the Egyptian people and the armed forces for their courage and heroism and the souls of the martyrs who fought with their lives under the flag of this nation. The head of state also paid respect to the spirit of the hero of the war and peace, late President Anwar al-Sadat, who fought the war with confidence in Almighty God and the determination of the Egyptian people to achieve the great victory. Earlier at the 36th Armed Forces Cultural Symposium, which was held to mark the nation's celebration of the 49th anniversary of the 6th of October War victory, President al-Sisi said that commemorating the anniversary of the October War victory is significant, being a day which proved the Egyptians' capability to achieve the impossible in the hardest of times. The head of state noted that the day would always be engraved not only in Egypt's history, but also the entire Arab nation as well. He affirmed that Egypt fought in defense of the territories and for maintaining peace. On her official Facebook account, First Lady Intisar al-Sisi said that Egypt celebrates the 49th anniversary of the glorious October victory, in which our armed forces achieved the military miracle by all standards. The First Lady hailed the Egyptian soldiers' courage in achieving victory and overcoming any obstacles or challenges. She saluted the souls of the Egyptian martyrs who shed their blood for the sake of the country and in defense of its sovereignty and preservation of its dignity. Egypt celebrates the 49th anniversary of the Egyptian Armed Forces victory over the Israeli army in the 1973 war. The Egyptian Armed Forces have become a role model and an example to be followed by in the arts of war. The details follow.
Egypt celebrates on Thursday the 49th anniversary of the Egyptian Armed Forces victory over Israeli army in 1973 war. The Egyptian armed forces have become a model example to be followed by in arts of wars. The brave Egyptian soldiers sacrificed their lives for the sake of the homeland to regain their land, rights and dignity. The 6th of October War has become a lesson to be taught in all current military institutions. The October War resulted in a number of positive changes on the Arab and regional arenas. For instance, made a change in the military standards and strategies worldwide. In the 6th of October 1973, Egyptian planes crossed at 2 p.m. the Suez Canal at a low altitude to hit Israeli targets in Sinai, and the strike had successfully achieved its goals. In the first airstrike, Major General Mohammed Abdel Ghani al-Gamasi, head of the Operation Authority in the October 1973 war, says in his memories, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon of the 6th day of October, Egyptian planes crossed the Suez Canal front line, heading to several specific Israeli targets in Sinai. Our air forces crossed the canal line with large number of planes. It was flying at a very low altitude. It had a great impact on the enemy forces. The feelings of the front forces were inflamed with the enthusiasm and confidence, while panic spread in the hearts of the enemy soldiers. Our aircrafts attacked 3 bases and airports, 10 Hawk anti-craft missile sites, 3 command posts, and number of radar stations and long-range artillery emplacements. Attacking all enemy targets in Sinai was carried out simultaneously after the planes took off from different airports and air bases and flew at very low altitudes. Our hearts in the Armed Forces Operations Center were heading to the Air Forces awaiting the results of the first airstrike and waiting for the planes to return to their bases to be ready for the next tasks. Our prayers for the pilots were for success and for their losses to be the least possible. The airstrike succeeded in achieving its objectives by 90%, and the losses did not exceed 5 Egyptian aircraft. And the results of the strike, according to sources, were to paralyze 3 main lanes at the El Maliz and Bir Tamda airports, in addition to 3 secondary lanes, and silence about 10 sites of missile batteries. The Israeli Southern Command in Sinai was forced to use the rear command post after striking the main center in Marjam, and the Disability Center and Shushra in Al Arish became the only center remaining for Israel in Sinai after the destruction of the Disability Center and Shushra in Khashib. Thus, our armed forces destroyed in less than 6 hours the Barlev defense line and destroyed its fortress, which the enemy continued to praise for all the past years.
On the occasion of the 49th anniversary of the October victory, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi issued decree number 458 offering a pardon for 1,557 inmates of the ministry on the interior correction centers. The decree came after evaluation reports by the presidential pardoning committees, which recommended the release of the mentioned number. All the released have been offered training courses in a number of crafts to qualify them to lead a normal and a decent life after their release.